Hi friends, I want to talk about this phenomena, how we make a small worry into a big massive worry, and then we do our reactions based on that, and then even take our actions based on that, and at the end of the day it is just a small thought and a small worry, nothing more than that. But the way we react to it is uh, is really big, and based on that reaction, we not only disturb our own outcomes or our own peace, but even the people who are surrounding us, we even disturb them a lot. So that's become a whole cycle, and that becomes our behavior sometime. And because of that, we end up damaging and spoiling so many relationships, because we are reacting or overreacting on everything. We're making small things and changing them into really big things, but things doesn't happen that way. Okay, I'll give you an example. What happens? See, so one of my friend, we have to go somewhere. Me and my friend, and I have given somebody a time that we will be there around this time, say 10:40. So I asked my friend to come over and pick me up around uh, 10:15, and so that we can be there on time. But my friend came to my place. So around 10:20, 10:25, there was no sign of my friend anywhere, and I was calling the friend, and the friend was not, so they were he was not picking up the phone. So then that friend arrived at 10:30, and so I was so much worried. I was like, I was just ready to just you know get really angry and shout on that person, but somehow I was like, okay, this is fine, it happens sometimes. So I composed myself, and and we were able to reach the destination we were where we were supposed to be on time. And actually, the person who was supposed to come and meet us, he was actually late by 10 minutes. So that's the thing. This is a really small example, but I could have shouted on that person, and because of that, my reaction, that person could have retaliated. We would have spoiled the entire day, and because of that, I was not understanding what the other person was coming from, why the other person was late, and I was about to shout on that. And then I asked what happened. So the person told me that they had certain things which come up, had to be dealt with. I understood, like, yeah, that's pretty natural that those things happens in our life. So things are not in our control. There are so many situations, so many things which are there out there which we can never control. So as I have talked in my previous videos, so the reactions what we give out is really makes or breaks everything around us, makes or breaks every relationship around us. I'll take you to the steps, small steps, how things happen, and then you will understand that how things work out, and how they should be actually working out. So see what happens, we try to, like, whatever we do is either based on our memories, like, or our identifications. So when we were growing up, we see things, how things are happening. We saw our parents, or we saw our friends, or their our uncle and aunt. So anyone surrounding us, we are surrounded by so many people, so many natural phenomena happening around us all the time. 100% of the time, things are happening around us. We are surrounded by them. So these the memories or experiences which you make while growing up, they get become part of you. And then obviously your identification, the culture you've been brought up in, the way your family behaves, or the religious beliefs, these play an important role. And so those are your identifications. So you identify with something, like being me, identified with my culture, with my flag, and the way my food is, or way my family behave to a particular thing. So those are my identifications. So what happens whenever, so, and we work through signals, we receive signals, and based on those signals we give output. So your signals comes through your eyes, your ears, your nose. So your eyes, when you see things, or when you hear things, or when you think things, so your mind, your body, when somebody touches you, or you got hit by someone, so those are your experiences through the body. So these are the signals which comes from external things. That's how you see things or perceive things. So a blind person, he cannot see, he cannot figure out the images, but he can hear. So his signals comes from his ears or his body. So until the signals comes from these things, so a blind person say he's dark in dark all the time. Everywhere he goes, there's no light. He's just dark. So his way of perceiving things will be different, because the way he thinks is through his imagination. He sees through his imagination. He sees through his thought process. So how the people, and if you are brought up in the same house, you will do it in a different way. So signals play a big role. So every moment you're surrounded by, like, there are 7.5 billion people on the earth, and then nature has its own way of doing things. So there are phenomena which are happening all the time. People doing things out of their unawareness all the time. We are always thinking, we are always rolling in our thoughts, and then we have all these memories from when we were growing up. So say some signal came to you, so a thought came to my mind. Let's take the example from the morning. My friend was late. Everything was arranged that you have to be here by 10:15, but not. So what imagination? So what happens? So there are two things: memories and imagination. So the doubts started coming in my mind that why that person is late, why I have told that person that have to be here on time. If he cannot, I given that person another option that if he cannot make it, then he tell me and I'll go by myself. But he said no, I'll be the part of the. I want to be part of this. I want to come along. So if he was gonna late, or if he is busy, he should know. So I was thinking all kind of things, and so then I was like, no, this is not the way to go. I should just calm myself. So signals were like thinking, which was going in my mind. Then my memories were that this person is always late. Every time this person does that, have no responsibility. So those are the memories. And so I was like, and then while I was growing up, I saw my family, like my parents fighting on each other because one person is late. So that was the reaction coming out of me, like, how dare you, how like how understandable, unconsiderate of you that we told you to be on time. So see, this is how things happen. So we react based on our memories, how we brought up, and based on experiences, and obviously on top of our identifications, like what we learn while you were growing up in through your culture. In some families, so they talk loud. The normal way of talking is pretty loud, but when you go in that surrounding, you feel what they are shouting. But that person, so that person is talking loud, but that's what he learned. So that's his identifications. But we feel that something's wrong. He's trying to pick a fight, but that's not a thing. So that's what we do. Our imagination. So the second part of our thing is the imagination part of it. So we bring the imagination into it, and we start, thinking more, overthinking on stuff. But see, that's what we do every time. We are always ready to react. So let's go to the process. So signal came from outside, then you processed it based on your memories, you processed it based on your imagination, then you feel sensations in the body. It could be pleasant or unpleasant. So when you are unpleasant, you will feel anger, rage, you want to take revenge or something. When you feel really pleasant, you will be happy, you'll be exuberant, and you want to win the world or everything. So these are the things which happens when you process things not based on their reality, but based on your own internal processing. So that's why I always talk about it, like, if you close your eyes, can you see? Or if you close your ears, can you hear? No. So everything is actually the processing which is going through is inside you, and that processing leads to all the reactions we give out. Everyone says be present, or don't be reactive, be act on things. So what they are saying is don't be reactive means don't be too much. When you process things based on what you have learned, how sure are you that that's the correct way of learning? How close are you when you do anything which is not based on the reality of things, but actually based on your own experiences your own manipulation, then you are totally disconnected from the reality, and you are behaving based on a totally wrong outcome, totally wrong way. So let's get back to that example. So the reality of thing was, I was not understanding what the other person is doing. I tried calling that person, but the person was not picking up, means they are busy. So when the person came in, he told me everything. So I asked the person very calmly, like, what happened, it was supposed to be here. And then it went pretty smooth. Otherwise, we could have fought and spoiled everything. The meeting we were going to, we have spoiled that also. But everything went well. And actually, the other person who promised, they were light. So because I don't know that person, I cannot fight with them, because they were giving business to me, money to me. So I was not reactive to them, but to the near my close ones who are there to always with me, I was ready to fight with them, because that's what we do. We take our anger on the nearest people, but they are the people who are there always with me, always with us. So we should be supporting them the most. So that's what we do. We make every small worry into a big worry based on our own internal processing, the way we were brought up, the way we get angry, the way we have seen things. So that's what we have to change. You have to, the sensations which comes on the body, the way we react to things. So if the day you stop acting based on those sensations which are either pleasant or unpleasant, you you react regardless if it is pleasant or unpleasant in a calm manner. The day you stop, that day you will stop the problems right there. They will not become a big mountain of problems. They can stop them right there, and it's a new journey from there. It's very easy. We can make a small thing into really big. We can stretch it, break all the relationships for years. Don't talk to the loved ones, just kill everything. Or we can just be a little bit more calm, a little bit more connected to reality when you are near to reality. So by reality, so that's what we always learn, to see things the way they are. So the person is late, we see it the way they are, like they are late. It should not affect me, because that person is late. I know it's something we are going to will get late, but because my peace, my calmness is in my hand, I do not have to do things the way I always been doing. We are a evolving human being. We were kids, then we are growing all the time. But if the mindset is not growing with that, the growth we are doing on the body, then obviously if we are staying the same, then we are not doing the right justice, because everything is growing, everything is moving forward. A day changes to night and night changes to day. It's a whole circle. It's keep on going like that. But if we stop that circle, can we do anything? No. So that's what we do. We make a small worry into really big, massive worry without reason, without too much thinking. Actually, too much thinking on it. The best way going forward is you stay calm, you see the things the way they are, and you improve. Stop processing things based on what you have learned. When you just see the things, you will not process. Don't process anything. The way things are happening, you see them. The emotions, the thoughts, you see them just like there. And there and there you stop. You will drop all the reactiveness. And once you drop the reactiveness, everything will be amazing. You will be acting on things, and things will be beautiful, because then you will get connected to beauty of reality of things, the beauty of nature, and then you will be able to see all the beauty. Otherwise, you will be just keep on rolling in your thoughts, keep on rolling in your memories, then making some imagination out of it, and you will not go anywhere. Thank you.